want a sharp knife because you're going to be cutting through some ligaments and bones. And so here I just have a petty knife from Chubo. This petty is easy to kind of navigate through a smaller animal like a chicken. And you want, so there's a lot of people have, there's tons of ways of cutting down a chicken, but I'll just show breaking down all the different parts.
Yeah, please.
So this chicken is already without its neck and its head, and then without its feet, which is how you
right, how most people would see it chicken.
Yeah. So then this is the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting the winglets off. That was I barely put any force into that, but it's where I'm cutting it. So there's joints where you just cut through, and if you have a sharp knife and you know where you're cutting, they're kind of natural guidelines in the chicken. So you can see here with the chicken you have the legs, and again there's a bit of fat, and that's kind of a good indication of where the leg and the breast meet, and that's where you're going to cut. So from here, I'm just going to take the oyster out, which is this little nugget of meat, which is really delicious, and that is just part of the leg. I'm going to use my hands to pull that back, and you can hear a little bit of a snap, and that's because you're separating a joint where the leg meets the rest of the body.
And for people who say to themselves, like I would normally think I'd get my largest, craziest, butcheriest looking knife out to break down an animal.
Yeah, I mean, breaking down an animal is all about, and there's the head hiding inside. And breaking down a chicken or breaking down any animal is really about going around different bones, and you have to really be crafty. So it requires something that's small and easy to navigate with. Yeah. So that's one leg, and then so inside you're going to have a lot of your organs sometimes, and here we have the liver, the heart,
and the feet.
So what a surprise! And then the same thing on the other side. Just going to cut the oyster out, and then use your hand. It's a mixture of using your hands. So once I know that's separated, I'm basically just going to make sure this is free here, and then you can basically pull it off. I'm just using the knife to hold the rest of the body. And then from here, what I would normally do is I just cut down the rib cage. And that also, this is with a very small petty, it cuts right through the bones. Right. And this entire rib cage just comes out. And you're going to use this for stocks and soups and sauces. And then so from here, you have your breasts on the breastplate, which you can leave whole, and that's a really nice way to roast. Or if you want to take it off, you can see there's a line down the center, and you're just going to cut along that line on the right side or the left side. So taking off one side and removing it, following the bone, and just simply moving. This is why if you had a large knife, you're not going to be able to move with the contour of the chicken.
Oh, and I think people think large knife because they don't have a sharp enough knife.
Right.
It's kind of like here it's so easy because your knife is sharp.
So I'm just taking the wishbone out, and then if you want to keep the drumstick from the wing in, this little drumlet you can keep on, and you would just make an incision here at the top. Or if you wanted to take it off, this would be a perfectly fine time as well.
Right.
And
also good for
fry
stock.
that up or throw that into your stock. And then here you have your breast. I do the same thing on this side. And so I think people, they always spend money on getting a chicken that's already butchered.
Yeah.
But you really pay for that, and you miss out on having all these great bones, and you probably pay sometimes a fourth or more of the chicken. And so here you go, you have your neck, and you have all the rest of the body, which is perfectly good to use. So here are your two breasts, and then your two legs. And then if you wanted to separate the legs even further, there's a bit of a fat here. And again, this is a natural place you feel that there's a joint separation there. and that's your thigh, and that's your drumstick. And then if you take it one step further, if you see that there's a bit of fat here, there's a little bit of yellow, that's where your bone is, and you can remove the bone very easily. You have a sharp knife, everything seems a lot easier.
Yeah. I know, you're making it all look like it just comes off so simply.
And this can be added to your stock, and then you have a boneless thigh, and you're ready for, fried
everything.
chicken, or you can, sear it, and it takes a lot less time to cook and a lot more even because there's no bone.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, Jeremiah, thank you so much for teaching us how to properly use our knives. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.